you were in Hart Park when the police took action against it. What, first off, why were you there, and what was it like in Hart Park before the police were an issue?
Well, I can start off with the last part you said right there. The reason I was in Hart Park, coming from a guy who lives on the opposite border, so it's a notorious Milwaukee, it's one of those things you like to do in the summer, me and a couple guys will play some basketball by the elementary school across Lincoln, across from Tulsa East, and then from there we just walk around the village, They were black, so it probably was like people would see only like the only black guys in the area sometimes, so that's probably was us actually. So, but we often came to summer a lot and just hung out, whatever, they would try to holler at a couple of Tulsa East girls. They did what they did. I was fine with doing whatever I did. So, but yeah, I was there for the Hart Park busing.
One thing that a lot of kids talk about were specific spots throughout Hart Park that kids would go to, and they had their own names. Some of them were forts, some of them were other spots. Do you have any knowledge of that?
The only knowledge that I might have about those spots would be what I've heard from others who live in the Tulsa side of the border, or from few kids I might know here and there, or me and my friends were just exploring the woods, we would find the forts.
You found them?
Yeah, we found them, pretty much. So we knew about the spots after the finding of those two forts, because we assumed there was other forts, but then told about like the tires and the whole patches and areas like that, and we were told about the small river, the lake area, that's kind of a little bit north from the village itself. So, we picked up a little bit, but that's all I pretty much know.
Who used these spots the most?
Definitely gotta be teenagers. Probably potheads. Maybe, kids, the young ones who want to have that one magical night of, breaking the law and, going on a misconduct kind of phase, being very defiant to law.
Just kids?
I would say mostly kids, teenagers. Found a couple doobies, found a few roaches, couple empty bottles here and there, so we definitely kind of figured this was a little party central.
You would just find evidence of this kind of thing just strewn throughout the forest?
Paraphernalia, yes, but just in those areas where we found the forest, not like throughout the paths you would find in the forest, no.
Where were those again?
Well, the one right by the bridge, right by Harmony Bridge, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, what was that?
I can't remember.
Well, the hammock's over in Jacobus, like halfway down one of the side streets. And the Kush Cabin is, if you go all the way out by Freighter and turn at where the stoplights are, you take it right down that road and you can see like an energy tower. And you gotta go all the way down that road and then take a left and just walk into the woods a bit, and that's where it was.
Do you guys know what happened to the park bench?
Which park bench?
There's a bridge by the football field, and you go across that, and you go right up into the woods, and you go down a little ways, and then there's like a giant ass hill, like right off to your left, and you go down the hill, and TP was right there.
You can see it.
I remember that.
All these places got busted and half the shit's tore down by now, but...
Oh yeah, they've taken down every single one of the forts.
When did you first start hearing about possible police intervention?
Whatever we were told, we already knew. We were ahead of the game. We knew about that.
You knew it was coming?
We didn't really know it was coming, but we kind of knew police would be active in those spots.
You just figured that it would eventually draw attention.
Yeah, we figured it would eventually draw attention. Yeah. We came in didn't knowing how severe it was already. So we didn't know it was almost at a high point. We thought it was at the very beginning,
What do you mean by severe?
Where, you feel the potential for the huge bust, the crackdown,
You
Do
can
you
just
feel
it
that
coming
potential of that one big arrest that just goes throughout the school, throughout the community?
for kids talking about it.
Yeah, they all just really started getting super busy.
And same with
And the
the
cops found out.
Kush Cabin and Ash's shack because
That's
they were
what
looking
happened.
for
They got
some.
super busy, and then cops found out because it was too loud.
Like 2 years ago, shit got kind of sketchy. You had to like watch what you were doing more in the woods. And then last year we just went way too hard. Like we went way too hard, honestly. But that fucked us up because of snitches. But I don't know. Snitches work together with the police way too much.
Dude.
You would see about cop car 2 or 3. They'll pull up. You know, maybe one with sirens, but most of the time without sirens. Unless you could tell it was like a suspect commotion, then the sirens would come off. But when it came to the drug bust, and when it came to, you know, putting a crash on those hangouts, they would pretty much be very silent and fast.
The Kush Cabin was it was right by the railroad tracks, and they were looking along the railroad tracks for this kid that had run away from home, and then they found it because they had like bonfires and shit out there, so you could like see the smoke, and they played loud music and shit, so that got busted.
Kids were frightened off their ass.
Kids were scared.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm not quite sure how the hammock got busted, but the only reason the teepee got broken in a storm and nobody rebuilt it, and then the slant got burned down.
At the hammock, the
And you guys
older
said-
cop, or no, the younger cop, the one that had braces, I can't even remember his name anymore. He asked the sergeant if they wanted to fuck up the place, and the one younger guy was really into it, and the older guy was like, nah, this is the nicest spot they've had, we're not gonna fuck this one up. And the locker was fucked up, the one by the bridge was fucked up, actually burned down, and Kush Cabin was severely destroyed by the
That
sheriff.
place was fucked up.
Yeah, cops are assholes. They fucked everything up. But I mean, I was never personally there when any of them got raided.
Yeah.
Because once it started getting like too many people were going there, I just said fuck it.
I only went there once and I got some of the best hash in my fucking life. I'm so serious.
I only went there twice, and then it got busted out by the cops, and then it got burned down.
So Tyler, where are we going exactly? You said Africa. It's a spot in the woods. It's a spot in the woods.
Yeah. Well, it's like a general area of woods. It's really, we've gone there in like a snowstorm before. It's really pretty.
Is it a poplar? It hasn't been busted?
No, no one else goes there.
No one else goes there?
There's like a ton of snow up to it.
Yeah.
It's like deep west.
So it's gonna be a little trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, then what do you do with that?
And all this snow is like wet as shit.
I got to keep $1,000, I got to keep me a pistol.
How deep?
Oh, it's fucking deep, dude. I mean,
Oh shit, it's so deep. Look at this kid run. Damn! I wanted to learn more about their redaction policy, and I saw that in a Wauwatosa Now article you commented on it saying that we're close to having secret arrests.
Well, it has to do with the redaction of information from accident police reports that have been happening around the state.
Okay.
And that has to do with a federal court ruling 2012 at Galentine, Illinois. For some reason, Wisconsin law enforcement are interpreting that decision to mean that they're not supposed to be releasing information as they get from driver's licenses. And that means that you could potentially put someone in jail and it has happened and not legally that should be arrested.
And what is the danger of this? Like, do you think this is like a real possibility, or?
Well, I think it does amount to secret arrest. If you're putting people in jail and not saying what their name is, secret arrest. But I can tell you that I know there have been accident cases where they haven't revealed who the driver is. You know, even high-profile ones. There was one in some community where they wouldn't even say the name of the driver. Was involved in I think it was a fatal accident. Coming up with your guy. I don't know what the policy of Wauwatosa Police Department is on redactions. this may or may not be the same phenomenon that stems from the 2012 federal court ruling. Okay. There may be other factors that are coming into play that affect what the department is releasing or what it's not releasing. But I can tell you statewide the biggest issue is that people are looking at this court decision and deciding that they're not supposed to release any information that they get for driver's licenses, even names, even ages, even dates of birth, even basic stuff like that.
Listen to the words I say. I feel it going round your head. I'm answering. I think you were better than I thought it too.
What the fuck's going on?
It's good. It's sad coming through.
Oh wait. Okay.